Coming up next is this new drone out of CES, the new DJI Mavic Killer. I'm going to tell you why you need to contact the FAA immediately, and one of the coolest drone videos I've ever seen. Don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, David Plummer here from Aerial Influence. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. It's been a while since we've just sat down and talked about some new drone news, and that's what we're going to do today. Some big news coming down the pipe. Today's drone update. Let's get started. First up, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas kicked off this week. This is a gigantic show. Thousands of people show up for it, and drones were well represented, although DJI didn't have a lot to do there. They did have a booth, but they didn't have any big new drone announcements, actually. They just announced that the Phantom 4 Pro V2 is coming back into production, and people can buy that drone again. It's kind of been off the shelf, and it's been a mystery as to whether it would ever come back or not for about the last year, and now they've announced it is coming back to the store shelves. So that's really what DJI had to offer. The big news out of CES was actually from Autel with the Evo 2. This thing looks pretty impressive. You've got an 8K sensor. They're coming out with a 6K sensor, and you've got a dual thermal sensor as well. This is obviously set to take on something like the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual, at least the one with the thermal on it. And the resolution on the thermal is pretty impressive. It's high-res 640 thermal, and you can overlay 8K images on it, so it's going to make that image crystal clear. And it's got all of the obstacle avoidance that you can think of that the Mavic Pro has, that the Mavic 2 Enterprise Dual has. So this is an impressive drone, and the fact that you can put interchangeable gimbals on it, that's a huge plus. So really interesting that, you know, that drone is really going to be future-proof in some capacity where you can just replace gimbals, you can put new things on it, which is something that DJI can't do right now. Now, they've been calling this drone the Mavic Killer. I don't think that's true. There have been 100 drones that have come out over the last couple of years that have claimed to be the Mavic Killer. There is no Mavic Killer yet. This is a great step forward for competition for DJI, but just remember we're waiting on the Mavic 3 to come out, and that one is probably going to have some really impressive features on it as well. I'm imagining replaceable gimbals on it. I hope that that's true. That's been the rumor, and I'm guessing that they're going to try to up the game with their tracking feature to try to match what Skydio 2 is doing. We'll see if that happens. Skydio 2 obviously is another Mavic Killer. It's not going to kill the Mavic either. And finally, while it sounds great to have drone footage in 8K or 6K resolution, people are just figuring out 4K. I'm not sure that the average person is going to have the computing power to process 8K video, to edit that video. So it's 2020. Maybe in a few years, 8K is going to be the huge thing. Maybe next year it'll be the huge thing. I don't think it will. I don't think most people are dying for 8K video, but we'll see. I could be wrong. Let's move on to our next topic. Speaking of Mavic Killers, the GoPro Karma, remember that one? No, not a lot of people do because not a lot of people bought one, but those that did are really disappointed this week because their drones were grounded because of a GPS glitch with their drones. GoPro is working on an update. There's like 4 people that must be upset about this, but hopefully they'll get their drones back up in the air very soon. I told you about this next one several months ago. This is from Sunflower Labs. This is the first home security drone. So this is interesting. The drone basically is parked in like a doghouse type structure in your backyard. There are sensors placed throughout your yard. So when one of those sensors is tripped by someone walking in your yard or trespassing on your property, the drone is going to immediately be notified. It's going to go up in the air and start taking pictures of your property. Pretty interesting stuff. I can see a market for this with really wealthy people that have big estates. Maybe in the near future it will be an everyday thing, but Sunflower Labs is doing it. I think this is a really interesting idea. 24-hour drone monitoring of your property. It's the future, but it's already here. We'll see who the first people are that adopt this. Would you want to do it? Would you want to use a drone for home security? This next one's been going on for a couple of weeks now. In Colorado, mysterious drones sighted in the sky, hundreds of them. Hundreds of people have seen them. Pretty interesting. The FAA claims they don't know anything about it. The government claims they don't know anything about it. They're saying it's not a military action. I'm going to kind of call BS on this one. I feel like this has to be some sort of a government thing. I think it's something they're keeping secret right now because I have a hard time believing that there's like this large coordinated effort by people not involved in the government flying hundreds of drones in the air. Somebody would rat somebody already out. So I feel like this has to be some sort of a government thing. I'm sure we're gonna find out in the near future exactly what it was, and the mystery will be solved. So for now, the mystery remains. What do you think those mysterious drones are in the sky over Colorado? Next up, I just want to show you guys a really cool video from a YouTuber named Johnny FPV. He's above the tallest building in the world in Dubai with a racing drone. Let's just take a look at this video just to enjoy it. It's beautiful. Way to go, Johnny FPV. And finally, the FAA is proposing some pretty restrictive drone rules. They've just released those rules in the last couple of weeks. We've got a couple of months to actually comment on those rules and to try to sway them, to try to make some changes. So I encourage you to go to the FAA's website, take a look at those new rules. I think you're gonna be surprised at how restricted you're gonna be as to where you can fly your drone if we aren't able to sway them with our opinions. So go to the website, comment on it, let them know what you think. We appreciate you guys watching the channel. If you want to know more about what we do here at Aerial Influence, give us a call, shoot us an email. We'd love to talk to you. We love drones, and we'd love to tell you more about it. We'll see you next time.